Space, the final frontier. These are the voyagers of the starship nerd culture. Its continuing mission to seek out new conventions, to explore strange new fandoms and make new friends, to boldly go where no nerd has gone before. Greetings and salutations, and welcome to a very special event we have here for you at Nerd Culture, as well as HWWS Web TV. Tonight, we are celebrating the 25th anniversary of arguably one of the greatest sci-fi action-adventure films of all time, and that is Star Trek First Contact. And tonight's star date is 11229.6, in reference to November the 22nd of 1996, when this film graced theaters and blew up on the big screen, and millions upon millions of people around the world saw this movie. And tonight we're going to celebrate it by watching the film, and you have the opportunity to join us. Queue up your copy, get your streaming service ready. We'll let you know when we are about to hit play and start the film. But listen, I may be Captain Ryan Permison, but I am not alone on this journey, and I am certainly not alone on the bridge of the USS Enterprise. Joining us tonight, we have very special guests. Starting things off, I think we should call him our guest of honor. Please welcome Star Trek superfan himself, Ray Tesi. Ray, welcome to the show. How are you tonight, good sir?
I'm doing well, Ryan. Thank you for inviting me to be a part of this. This is a really big event for me.
It certainly is, and we thank you so much for being with us. Also joining us on the bridge of the Enterprise, she is no stranger to nerdom. She is no stranger to fandoms of all shapes and sizes, and she is certainly dressed for this occasion and then some. Please welcome to the bridge of the Enterprise, Canada's own Willow Skylor. Willow, welcome to the Enterprise. How are you? You're muted, by the way. You're muted.
Sorry, I am fantastic. Thanks for inviting me to this party.
Man, everything was going so perfectly, and then when we beamed you up to the bridge of the Enterprise, something went wrong. Scotty, fix it.
The communication officer doesn't know how to do her job, apparently.
Yeah,
apparently so. Right, exactly.
I mean, seriously, gee willikers. But nonetheless, you're here now, and that's what counts. And we want to welcome you who are watching this. If you have never seen this film before, you have no idea what it's about, buckle up for one heck of a wild ride. Get your streaming service ready. Get your physical copy, whether it's Blu-ray, DVD, or otherwise, queued up. We're going to start in just a moment. But I want to go around the table here just for a moment. Yes, someone has a DVD copy. I'll hold mine up too. It's a Blu-ray copy. Here it is right here for all to see. If you want some, you can get it on Amazon or look up your local retailer. They'll appreciate the business. It's the holiday season. 'Tis better to give than receive. Just pointing that out. But I want to go around the horn here. Ray, would you mind telling Willow, myself, and the viewer watching at home just a little bit about yourself and your history with Star Trek?
I'd be happy to. So I started watching Star Trek on September 8, 1966. Please don't add it up because I'm not going to tell you how old I am. And I've actually, I realized more recently than ever that I've been very lucky with Star Trek because I was there when it started. I know a lot more stuff in the background from what was said at the time that over the years has been lost in translation. I ended up going to the first Star Trek convention in New York City in 1972. I met Gene. I met Majel. I shared an elevator with Isaac Asimov. Those are the things that are here in my own viewer. I went to conventions for many years. I moved from New York to Florida. When I was in Florida, I went to a couple of conventions here. In about 2014 or so, I made a Star Trek fan film at a place called Starbase Studios in Oklahoma City, Starship Republic. And backstory on that, I'm the guy who started it when the fan film guidelines came out. So I'm the guy who got stabbed in the back. But I got over it. In 2018, I purchased what was Star Trek Continues film studio from Vic Mignogna, and I opened it up in May of 2018. And we do fan weekends once a month. It's no charge to come to the studio because money shouldn't be the object. If you love Star Trek, you got to come and see our sets. And we do fan films, and the studio has done more than 40 fan films. And we have our own as well, other than Star Trek Continues, but we have Tales from the Neutral Zone that we do, plus a host of others, which we could talk about later on. So it's been an interesting experience. I've taken some of the set pieces. I've taken the bridge to different conventions in Florida. So it's been interesting. It's been interesting, but it's a lot of work, but a lot of fun.
Oh man.
My goodness gracious. I'm trying to pick my jaw up off the floor right now. But gee willikers, that is amazing. Congratulations on all of that. And once again, the Sunshine State of Florida keeps being mentioned to me ad nauseum for the last several weeks. Willow, I think our friends and other people on the interwebs are trying to tell us something.
We're gonna have to move down there.
Yeah, all the good stuff is in Florida. So you and I need to beam ourselves down there faster than a warp drive, because gee whiz, that sounds like a bunch of fun. And I hope to visit it at some point as well. I'm sure I speak for Willow when I say this. We hope to pay it a visit at some point in the future. Willow, get out of Canada. But still, that's truly amazing. So, my gosh, Willow, I don't know how you're going to top that, but if you don't mind, just take a moment, take a deep breath, and share with us just a little bit of your history with something known as Star Trek.
We're being hailed by a Creole.
I see what you did there, Willow. But just out of curiosity, though, what happens to be your history with Star Trek, if not this film that we are about to watch in mere moments?
I've been a fan of it, well, pretty much ever since I was a kid as well. Started with the Next Generation, went on to Deep Space Nine, which is my favorite. Mm-hmm. And then and I didn't really watch Voyager much when it was on, but now I have more of an appreciation for it. And I've been watching that with my husband whenever it's on, and I think we went through the whole series on Netflix not that long ago. So yeah, I totally appreciate all of Star Trek more now. Oh, and one of my friends was getting rid of their original series on tape. I have all of the original series.
God.
Whenever I get a VCR, I'll watch that.
Yeah, I was going to say, you might want to find a VCR on our good friends on eBay and relive some glory days, if you don't mind.
I have it in my closet now because, eventually I'm sure I'm going to meet some people.
VHS tapes in your closet? They make scary movies that start out like that. But anywho, I digress. Well, clearly you're dressed for the occasion. We thank you for doing so. Me, on the other hand, I'm wearing something known as just a regular red shirt that has a different fandom on it that has nothing to do with Star Trek, because we all know that red shirts die first. But still, before I die, potentially first, before the movie even gets started, just to give you a little bit of background on my brief history with Star Trek, I saw the rebooted movies that J.J. Abrams did back in 2009, 2013, 2000, I think it was 16, 17, respectively. And after that, I was like, okay, these films are fine. I like them. I didn't jump out of my seat and think this is the best thing since sliced bread. But during something called a global pandemic, which apparently had taken a global pandemic for me to actually realize how great this series is, I bought the 10 film set, which you can find on Amazon, # not a sponsor. And I watched the films and I realized, wow, this is a really cool series. This is a lot of cool characters, lots of great visual imageries. I'm digging this. And my favorite film out of the 10 film original set, respectively, is in fact this very film, is Star Trek First Contact. So I'm excited. I'm excited to go back into this and watch this again, because Patrick Stewart is a boss of a man. He's a boss of an actor, and he can really, in my opinion, do no wrong. Plus, he's got one of the best narration voices in history. So I got no problem if he narrates my life for the next 60 years. I'm fine with that. Star date so-and-so. I'm fine. So yeah, I became a Star Trek fan because of First Contact. So I'm very much looking forward to diving, in the Wayback Machine and watching those other series, catching up on TNG. I have season 1 on Blu-ray that I got at one of my local comic book stores. # support your local comic shops. And I'm looking forward to watching the other series, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So yeah, needless to say, I'm a bit of a novice here when it comes to the Star Trek fandom. But hey, I'm here now. And I'm more than happy to learn more as I go along, because that is the beauty of life. You never know what you're going to learn. You never know what you're going to find as you go throughout the 1,000-mile journey. I heard someone say that once, so I can't take credit for it exactly. But to let you in the studio know, and the people watching at home, cue up your copy, because I have it queued up to the 5-second mark where the Paramount logo is starting to form. Stars are starting to come in, and it ropes around the mountain, and Paramount Pictures, ensues. And then the film continues. So that's where we're queuing it up. So queue up your copy at the 5-second mark if it's on a physical copy, or if it's on a streaming service. You may have to skip through, this is an epic, so whatever. But we're at the 5-second mark.
Would you mind if I threw in something about the original series that relates to First Contact? And I'm
Absolutely.
sure a lot of your viewers know. A lot of these series that started with Next Generation and into the movies were based on snippets that were just written as part of a story in the original series. And the original series introduced Zephram Cochrane as the creator of Warp Drive.
Oh,
so
wow.
Here you go. Here's 50 years later, and we're all watching it.
That is once
cool.
again, truly amazing. Do appreciate it. But Willow, Ray, if you are ready, I'm going to give us a countdown, and we will hit play on our respective streaming or physical media streaming service, whatever. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We hope you enjoy this film, and if you have any thoughts, any comments, any memories about Star Trek First Contact, or just Star Trek in general, let us know in the live chat. Let us know in the comments. All three of us will be able to see it, I believe. We'll keep an eye on it. We may bring up some of your comments on screen. We may bring it on screen, so fasten your seatbelts. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to start in 3, 2, 1, and hit play. So here we go. Logo is coming up. The Paramount logo, I should say, as the film begins. We hope you enjoy this special presentation of Star Trek First Contact 25th anniversary, and we are so happy that you are with us and spending part of your busy holiday week with us, and we are thankful that you are here on the bridge, and welcome to the Enterprise. So here we go. Opening credits are starting to roll. So let's see here. If you don't mind, we'll go around the horn one more time. Willow, when was the last time you saw this movie?
I think they played it on TV like a couple years ago, but yeah, it's been a while.
All right. And Ray, you said it's been a number of years for you, hasn't it?
Oh, it was a number of years, but I decided to watch it during the week because it had been so long, and I'd forgotten how good of a movie this is.
Oh, there you go.
Coming from a Star Trek fan.
Yeah. Makes sense. A lot of people are already chiming in. I see we got a few people in here, and a lot of people are liking. And by the way, make sure you're sharing this video with all 500 of your closest friends. They're going to like the way they look after watching our videos, I guarantee
you
it.
from Planet Krail.
Krailey is awesome. She is wonderful. Scott Johnson is here with us. Thank you so much, Scott, for being with us.
Hey.
With Star Trek TOS.
Scott's my buddy from Starbase Studios.
Oh, there you go. Okay. Yeah.
And then
So we
Ray,
have W4REL, for real, maybe? I'm trying to pronounce that right. Hey, Ray. Richard Lawton is here with us. Okay.
That's awesome.
I know Richard.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, we're very thankful that you're all here with us tonight. We hope you enjoy this. We'll be sharing our thoughts and feelings as we go throughout the course of the film. But if you have any thoughts as well, let us know in the chat. Let us know in the comments. And real quick, I do want to give a special thanks to our good friends over at HWWS Web TV for introducing us to the wonderful Ray Tesi and bringing him here to our version, anyway, of the Enterprise, and here being with us on the bridge, because this is exciting. We're learning so many wonderful things, and we've barely started the film yet, Willow. I'm loving this. Yep, based upon Star Trek, created by the late, great Gene Roddenberry, of course. That's actually a good question. Richard Lawton says, "What is the song that they play exactly during Cochrane's Phoenix liftoff?"
I should know that because I just saw it.
That's a good question.
Magic Carpet Ride, I think.
Oh, I see. Magic Carpet Ride. Magic Carpet Ride. Okay.
He goes and he finds his Well, I don't know what kind of a disc he was using, but
Yeah, it was a small one, I believe. Smaller than a CD, if I remember correctly.
yes.
I mean, it's been a little bit since I've seen this movie, so the details are a little bit dizzy in my mind, but hopefully they'll come back as I go along.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
Oh, it is Magic Carpet Ride? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Hard to believe I can remember anything.
I am Locutus. Man, he's got that voice, man. It's Patrick Stewart's got such a great voice. Even though I'm not saying something that hasn't already been said about this great man, but still.
By the way, this line this movie has a line from Picard, which has been quoted. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but as soon as you hear it, you're going to say that's where that came from.
Oh. Okay. Oh, something coming out of his face. Oof. Just a nightmare. Yeah, a bunch of people. Let me see. Yes, we were right. It was Magic Carpet Ride. And oh, look who's here. My boy Matthew Kearns. What's up, buddy? He says this is his second favorite Star Trek film. Well, Kearns, now you got the three of us here on the Bridge of the Enterprise curious. What's your first favorite Star Trek film of all time? Please let us know in the comments, Kearns, because we know you like to talk about Star Trek, as well as many other fandoms. He's a really good guy. If you don't know who Matthew Kearns is, check him out on Take 3 Productions. He does a number of great podcasts and some great videos over there. He does a series called Second Look, where he talks about movies that may not get necessarily a whole lot of love from the peeps and the critics and the fans. And he says, you might want to give this film a second look, and maybe your feelings and opinions may change. Great series of videos. Check him out on Take 3 Productions. Great job, Kearns. Oh, Kearns says his favorite is Wrath of Khan. Wrath of Khan is his favorite Star Trek film.
I don't know him, but he's now my best friend.
There you go, Matthew Kearns. You got more best friends coming your way on Facebook. Stay tuned, stay tuned, buddy. Wrath of Khan is his #1 favorite Star Trek film. Seems like Gates McFadden has a different hairstyle in each of these movies.
Yes, she sure does.
Yeah. And for those of you wondering who Gates McFadden is, that would be Dr. Crusher that we are referring to.
All right, trivia question. What's she doing now? She's narrating a series on the History Channel called The Center Seat.
Oh, okay. Neat.
I'm sorry, I was not aware of this.
Yes.
What's the series about exactly?
It's actually a retrospective of the 55 years of Star Trek.
Oh my goodness, I should have been watching this from the get-go. My bad. Okay, I got some.
Yeah, the first episode, they've had 2 episodes so far. The first one was all about Roddenberry and the original series and the writers and all that. Second one was about the cartoon.
Oh, okay. All right. I guess, man, I got a bit of homework to do over this Thanksgiving break from school. I got some stuff to do. I guess I should find out if this is available on demand, which it probably is.
Oh, I'm sure it is. What is it?
If they're not, they're going to read the series that you just mentioned about Gates McFadden narrating. I got to look that up on demand for History Channel. That's what I was getting. Let's see here. Oh, my goodness. What else? Kearns says, thanks for the shout out of Second Look, Ryan. You're quite welcome, Kearns. # always support your friends. That's what I believe in anyway. Scott Johnson brings up something known as episodes 3 and 4 are actually airing tonight with the Gates McFadden series that she is narrating. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Oh. Goodness gracious.
I'm going to have to set my PVR to record that.
Yeah. Gee whiz. You got some work to do tonight, Willow. You might want to write this stuff down. Kearns also brings up, and William Shatner is also on the History Channel with something known as the Unexplained series that he's doing. Okay. Interesting. Man, everybody from Star Trek has been keeping themselves busy as of late. And let's see here. Scott Johnson brings up something called Of the Center Seat. I'm not 100% sure what you're referring to there, Scott, but there you go. We got a young Neil McDonough in this film. He's done a number of different movie and TV appearances over the years. He was in the TV series Justified with Timothy Olyphant. He was one of the antagonists during one of the seasons of the series. He was also in the movie Walking Tall with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson when he started getting into acting in the film Walking Tall in 2004, which, by the way, I've been watching it on repeat on demand because I need something to watch when I'm eating my Honey Nut Cheerios every morning. So, and it's free on demand. So I figure, what the hey? It's The Rock. It's The Rock.
It's The Rock. Of course, it's The Rock.
It's The Rock. I can't. And plus, I like Walking Tall as an action film. It's a straight through action film. I like it.
And speaking of The Rock, The Red Notice is really good, by the way.
Oh, you've seen it already?
Yes, so good.
I've heard some good things about it as well. Some friends of mine were buzzing about it over Facebook over the weekend. It was Dwayne Johnson, Deadpool, because I don't know him as Ryan Reynolds. He's just Deadpool to me. And you got Wonder Woman's in it too. So that's a pretty good cast. You got Black Adam, you got Deadpool, and you got Wonder Woman in the same movie. So, Red Notice. There you go. I'm trying to think. Here's something interesting. In February, there's a convention in my neck of the woods. It's called Farpoint Convention, and Brent Spiner has been announced as one of the guests. So now that I'm a TNG fan and a Star Trek fan, I'll have to go up to his booth and say, "Hey, I really liked you in those TNG films and the series too. You're really good, man." I have to give him some props for Brett Spiner.
All right, I just got my my movie booted. So where are you? So I can catch up.
Sure. That's okay. We're in the. Let me see.
48.
Sorry,
9
about
minutes.
about 9 minutes and 50 seconds. Going on the 10-minute mark. Is that what you're about to say, Willow? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
It's okay. Yeah.
Yep. 10-minute mark when Worf is like, perhaps today is a good day to die. Michael Dorn. And a young Adam Scott. A young Adam Scott is on this. This is crazy. Guy from Parks and Rec. So many young up-and-coming actors were in this movie. You had Adam Scott long before Parks and Rec was ever a thing. You have Neil McDonough before Walking Tall, before Justified, before the Street Fighter reboot that I know not a lot of people like to talk about, but I'm sorry. I saw it in theaters. Kristen Crook was in it. She's my girl from Smallville. It's hard for me to say no. But yeah, Neil McDonough's done a lot of stuff. Let's just put it that way. I'm trying to think, what other films has he been in? Because he's been in so much. I don't know. If anyone wants to bring up a little bit fun facts or his IMDb and drop them in the comments down below, let us know. We'd love to hear your thoughts on this movie as well as some of the other projects that some of these actors have taken part in over the years.
So we're being asked who is everyone's favorite TNG character.
Oh, I mean, this is gonna sound cheap. This is gonna sound like a cheap shot, but for me, my favorite's gotta be Picard. I just love Patrick Stewart. I love Patrick Stewart, so my favorite's Picard. Kearns, that's my answer. What do you think, Ray? Who's your favorite character from the TNG universe?
I happen to agree with you, Ryan. It's the captain is critical to every one of these series, and I think he's great. I'd say a good backup is Data.
Brent Spiner.
That guy is. You know what? I wish to see more Brent Spiner and more stuff because like that guy is such a diverse character actor.
Mm-hmm.
He is. He was in the movie where the aliens were taking over the Earth.
Independence Day, yeah.
Independence Day. He was.
This is Dr. Oken. He's been heading up the research facility for the last 16 years. He's got the long ass hair, and he's like, "How you doing, Mr. President? This is what a pleasure. As you can see, they don't let us out much. I can see that." I'm sorry.
If you guys ever get a chance to watch Night Court, he plays like this like total redneck character. It is.
He was
hilarious.
in Night Court.
Yeah, he was.
He just shows up here. He just showed up periodically, but every time he showed up, it was hilarious.
I'll have to look this up later.
He was in Big Bang Theory as well.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Another great, sci-fi alumni making appearances on hit sitcoms. I believe. What was it? What is it that Kearns said a moment ago? Oh, his favorite character is Will Riker. Hey, no, I mean make it so number one. I mean, he's number one, so you can't really go wrong with that. Your friend is asking the question: what exactly is the date for the first contact with the Vulcans? I believe it was April 4th, 2063, or it's April 5th. It's 4th or the 5th. If I remember correctly. Let's see. Your friend here says his favorite character is Fetch Me, Will Wheaton. Will Wheaton, Wesley Crusher. There you go. Thank you. Man, lots of people chiming in. I'm loving this. Kearns also brings up the Night Court connection with him and Brent Spiner. Let's see. Bob Kinney brings up something known as Master of Disguise, where he played the arch villain. I believe that's one of those films we shouldn't talk about. But Bob, you brought it up, man. So you're on the screen. You're on screen. So you got it on the screen now. So you're welcome, Bob. Gee whiz. All right, now and for those of you who are wondering where we are in the film, we're at the scene where the base in Montana first makes its appearance, and Zephram Cochrane and Lily are about to walk out and say, "Hey, what's that up in the sky? Something weird is moving around. What's the deal?" So that's where we are in the film. For those of us who are wondering, if you're just joining us, this is the 25th anniversary of Star Trek First Contact. Feel free to queue up your copy on your local streaming service or your physical copy of it. Blu-ray is here. Willow's got the Diva Duff from 1996 or 9, whatever it is, thing. So, yeah.
96.
96.
96.
That was a great year, Willow.
And,
For you.
For you, maybe.
I will tell you, too, that Lily gets my vote as one of the best Star Trek characters to be in anything.
Yeah.
Alfre Woodard, yes.
Yes, Alfre Woodard.
Very accomplished actress in her career, absolutely. Done a lot of great movies, a lot of great appearances on TV shows, I believe, as well. So
Most recently would be Blue Bloods.
She's been on Blue Bloods with that guy from the 70s. What's his name? Magnum something? Oh, yeah, Magnum P.I. Yeah.
Selleck.
Mr. Tom Selleck, the guy who has the mustache that doesn't want to seem to age, Willow.
Yeah.
But,
and who parks his car in his dining room.
Oh, yes. Parks his car specifically in the dining room. There you go. I love it. Absolutely love it. I actually like the uniforms in this movie, too. They're not too shabby. If I could wear this at a convention, I probably would. If not the original TNG uniforms, I'd wear that, too.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't mind. I mean, I grew my beard out, so maybe I should go as Riker rather than Picard.
Do it.
I mean, I had the beard for it, so I can just grow this out for another week or two, and I'll look like a young version of Jonathan Frakes.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No. I can probably grow this out another few weeks and put together the outfit somehow, somewhere. If anyone knows where I can get a Starfleet uniform from these respective movies or something, let us know in the chat. Or Ray, if you know where I can pick up a outfit, let me know.
eBay.
Our good friends at eBay have that? Okay.
eBay has every kind of outfit, including lower decks.
Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness. Man. There you go. All right. I have to reach out to our good friends over at eBay. Hashtag not a sponsor. There you go. Oh, let's see. Lieutenant Hawk. Man, this is before Neil McDonough had white hair because, like I said, this is a much younger version of Neil McDonough we're getting here.
I think I read somewhere recently that he credits this movie as the start of his career.
What better way to kick off? What better way to kick things off than in one of the better TNG movies of its time?
But a lot of actors started their career on Star Trek as well.
Many actors and actresses have started their careers respectively. Yeah. I didn't notice this, I didn't learn this until somewhat recently, that the Bond girl herself, Famke Janssen, was on an episode of TNG.
Yes.
I was like, before she was in On a Top. Before that happened, She was on TNG before she landed in my favorite Bond film, Goldeneye. So my hat's off to you, Famke Janssen. You've done well. Just saying. That was actually my first Bond film I ever saw in theaters, Ray, was Goldeneye. That was a great theatrical experience with my late father, who introduced me to James Bond as a kid. So my hat's off to you, Dad. Love you and I miss you.
Good for you. Good for you, Dad.
Yep, he introduced me to things such as James Bond. He introduced me to things such as the Doobie Brothers, Steve Miller, Band, Christopher Cross. Who's the other one? Boston. Lots of great music.
Listen, you're going down memory lane. Kansas,
ELO.
Collins.
A lot of the actors from Cheers was also on Star Trek.
Yes.
Was Sam Malone on TNG?
No.
What? Ted Danson wasn't on TNG? Okay.
But Kelsey Grammer
but Kirstie Alley was in the movie.
Yes.
Yep. Kirstie Alley was on the film long before years before she ended up on Cheers, actually.
And who's the actress that played the wife of
was it Shelley Long?
No.
Oh, Bebe Neuwirth.
Bebe Neuwirth was in Next Gen.
Oh, that's right. She was. Was she a human or an alien species in that episode?
Alien species.
Yeah, it's coming back to me now because I saw a clip from it, I think, on YouTube, or I caught it up because they're re-airing this. They re-aired the series on BBC America. TNG's re-aired. What is it? TNG and DS9 are re-aired on BBC America a lot. So I've caught a few appearances here and there, and I think I did notice that Bebe Neuwirth was on an episode. I was like, geez. Before she was Frasier's wife, quote unquote, she was on. It's like, man, so many peeps are on these shows. I love it. A lot of history there.
So where we are in the movie, these are the things that drive you crazy, right? So Crusher says, I'm beaming her to sickbay. There's a whole thing going on here. Why can't you just beam down some medical equipment?
It's actually a fair point. I didn't even think of that. Yep. And then he's going to take the tech crew down there, and he's like, "Hey, find out what's going on with the AC. It's getting very hot in here."
Sounds like Florida.
It's true. And this is the thing. If we decide to go down there, which we probably should anyway, if we go down to Florida, let's make sure that we move into Del Boca Vista. It's a very great development. There's so much great stuff happening in Del Boca Vista. My good friends, the Costanzas are down there. The Seinfelds are down there. Kramer moved down there at one point. So I would love to visit my good friend Cosmo. So we'll have to pay him a visit.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
You're talking to a diehard Seinfeld fan here. I love it to pieces. So,
not that there's anything wrong with that.
No, of course not. I mean, people's preferences are nobody's business but their own. So, there you go. I love it. I absolutely love it. I actually just got this was, now granted, I wasn't there physically to get it autographed. I got it on a very trusted, well-authenticated website, $7bucksapop.com, where you can find tons of Funko Pops, $7 or above, depending on what you're buying. And they do this thing called the Signature Series every weekend, where they get a celebrity to sign a bunch of Pops, and they go up on the site. You can purchase them. And I bought one that's signed by Larry Thomas, who played the soup, blah, 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 Yef Kassem in that episode of Seinfeld.
Yep.
So, Larry Thomas. And it says, on the Funko Pop box, it's JSA authenticated, so it is the real deal. It says, "No soup for you, Larry Thomas," quote unquote, soup. So there you go. I got that in my collection. It's sitting right over here on top of my bookshelf, Ray. True story. So I do have a little bit of Seinfeld stuff in my collection. So very proud of that, by the way. Yeah.
Matthew, I love that I've seen this movie so many times I'm able to follow along with the watch along even
without even watching the film. Jeez, Kearns, you're on fire tonight, man. I'm digging it. Man, I'm loving this. Sorry, I got a bit distracted there for a moment, and I'm noticing there's been a bunch more comments coming in. Gee whiz. Let's see. Kearns is dropping some knowledge. He says, also for MCU fans, Lieutenant Hulk, aka Neil McDonough, is played Neil McDonough was Dum Duggan in First Avenger for Captain America. Yep, I remember that like a yesteryear. Thank you so much. Bob Kinney says, I liked the Sovereign class Enterprise specifically. Okay, I can dig it. And I believe when we were talking about Femke Janssen earlier, Kearns says, yep, she played Picard's love interest for just that one episode. And yes, Kearns, I actually did see it on television. So I'm happy to say I've done a bit of my homework, even though I have 170,000 more episodes of Star Trek to go. But I digress. And your good friend here, Ray, he says, it's the Summer of George. I love that episode too, buddy. I love it too. Good stuff. I have seasons 3 through 9 on DVD of Seinfeld, so there's a little bit of knowledge for you watching at home.
So here's another thing that drives me crazy about movies.
Yes.
Right? Somebody's lost, but somebody got to go by themselves to see what's wrong. Right? There's 500 people on that ship. I'll go.
You think with their many scanners that they have, they could just like pinpoint where the person is,
or they can send in teams rather than just a single individual to investigate what is going on.
Right, exactly.
I guess I'm saying that.
Sorry, I don't mean to be.
No.
Yeah, it's okay. If you want, it's okay. Listen, we're here to have fun and have a great experience. And if you have some nitpicks about the film, there's no problem bringing them up now. Especially, someone who may be watching this at home may be thinking, well, I wonder what Ray's referring to. When I dive back in and watch the film, I'm gonna have to look out for these things, because someone may be watching this and may not have seen Star Trek: First Contact, and now we are inviting you to watch the film and give it a look. I think you would enjoy it. That's just my 2 cents on the matter. But Kearns is also chiming in with, that's funny because I only own seasons 1 and 2 of Seinfeld. Well, Kearns, you got to buy the rest of the box sets, my friend. Get on it, son. And then he says they operate on Scooby-Doo logic on the Enterprise. It's better to break up than be a team. God.
There you go.
Kearns is right.
And it's great. They're all running through the ship here in a minute, trying to get away from the Borg. Has anybody heard of a transporter? I mean, am I missing that?
Whatever happened to that? Gee whiz.
Whatever happened to that?
It's a good question. Anyone know the answer?
If you're not going to use it, just explain why. I mean, it takes one line to explain why.
Scooby-Doo logic.
I'm all about pointing out plot holes, especially when it comes to the Harry Potter series.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, as someone who grew up in the foster care system, that boggles my mind how the school just allows the abuse to continue to Harry Potter. It's like you're nobody's gonna adopt him until like the very last movie. Yeah.
What's the expression? Beats me. That's all I can think of.
We're just gonna send him back home so that you can continue to get abused.
Yeah, being abused by your cousins and his uncles and nephews and stuff like that. And I'm thinking to myself, why do you put yourself through this torture and you live in a cupboard underneath the stairs? Seriously. Who wants to live in a cupboard under the steps? Seriously, I don't get it. Now, this actor right here, I believe it's, if I'm thinking of this right, Robert Picardo. Am I saying that right?
That's great. Yes.
He's been in billions of things. I remember him as the gym coach in The Wonder Years, one of my favorite all-time sitcoms. If not I think it's one of the greatest TV series ever, period, The Wonder Years. And he played the gym teacher.
That's cool. The doctor is one of my favorite characters in all of Star Trek. Although I don't know why they didn't call him or name him Doc Holodeck.
I'm your Huckleberry.
He also is in Wagons East.
Really?
Yeah. Huh. Which is unfortunately John Candy's last film, but.
Ooh, yeah. I knew that title sounded familiar. That's unfortunate, though. We lost another great actor far too soon. R.I.P. John Candy. His movie was on the other night, and the film I'm referring to specifically is the first Home Alone movie.
Yeah.
Polka, polka, polka. Polka, polka. No? We were very big in Sheboygan. Very big in Sheboygan. Yeah, we sold 263 copies of that. What was that, Kearns? Oh, wait, they couldn't use the transporter because O'Brien wasn't working on the Enterprise E at the time of the incident. Okay. You didn't have, what's the actor's name? Cole Meany wasn't present at the time of the incident? Gee whiz, Kearns.
Yeah. Is that like in the original series when they hadn't built the shuttlecraft and Sulu wanted to Hot Cup of Coffee.
Oh, there's that too. And Cole Meany, what a great actor. He can play like, the Chief O'Brien, and then he can play a complete dirtbag on Hell on Wheels from AMC.
Yes. Yep.
That was a great show, by the way. And once again, another Star Trek person rose. He really rose to fame in that show with his 5 seasons, Anson Mount. But now he's playing Pike on Star Trek. So bless the man's heart. He's quite moved up in the world, if not the universe, wouldn't we say? Man, Anson Mount, great actor. Colin Bohannon, Hell on Wheels, great series. And I've never seen Marina Sirtis drunk until this movie. I've never seen her drunk, but she's drunk in this movie.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No. She actually, I believe I remember hearing a story about her going up to the producers and saying, I want my character to do a little bit more than this film. Can we have her do something funny? Maybe her be drunk or something? Because I want to do a bit more than what I usually do. And the producers happily accommodated her. And she said this is one of her all-time favorite memories of being on the series itself.
Interesting.
Plus, her hair is much longer in this film. A bit longer in this film, I should say. It's nice. It's a nice look for her.
It's straight, which
is
a nice change from her like updo.
It was curly, wasn't it?
Poodle.
Yeah, kind of curly-ish kind of thing. I don't know. I believe it was curly back in the early seasons of the show.
Yeah.
She had the cat suit.
I would really like to know how many like different wigs they had to put on her for the hair.
That's something I may have to ask her if I see her at the next convention. I'm not sure if she's going to be at what's it called, Shore Leave next summer in my neck of the woods of Hunt Valley, Maryland.
I don't think that is her real hair.
No.
Oh, I'm sure it's not her real hair.
Nah.
I've learned all that stuff from being behind the scenes because can't brush everybody's hair exactly the same way every day.
I have curly hair, but my hair looks very much like hers in this movie right now.
Oh, well, fair enough. Don't tell me what much time we have. We do not have the time. It's just, Marina. And then she goes to doing this to be in the voice of Demona in Gargoyles, alongside her co-star, Jonathan Frakes, as Xanatos. As well as other Star Trek alumni were other voiceover characters on the animated series known as Gargoyles.
By the way, they played a great future couple in Picard. I thought they were great.
I have season 1 of Picard on DVD that I have yet to watch.
Oh, you should watch it.
It's right here on my desk, full of Blu-rays and Diva does, Ray. It's sitting right there. Right there. It's just
it's not doing any good sitting right there.
I know it's not. It's collecting dust, and I shouldn't be doing that to Picard. It's so wrong. I got to get on that during winter break, respectively. Let's see. Oh my gosh, so many comments are flying in like crazy. I apologize if I miss a few of these. Let's see here. Scooby-Doo Logic. Oh, Kearns says it's possible the Borg took over the transporter room. Scott Johnson says transporter malfunction, Mr. Kyle. Okay. He was in Stargate. Kearns goes on to say, oh, wait, they couldn't use chance because of, I got to that. Other references are being used. Let's see. Kearns, who are you referring to as being in the film Small Soldiers? Who are you referring to?
Well, Wheaton was in Small Soldiers.
Oh, okay. That's probably what he's getting at. My apologies. Let's see. Oh, wow. I did not know this. Bob Kinney chimes in. Here's a good one. Picardo played the character known as Cowboy, an arms dealer in the film known as Inner Space.
Oh, really?
Right. I just couldn't believe that. Goodness gracious. Kearns, who are you referring to here in this one? He says he was too busy trying to stop the takeover of Welcome to Con Air. Welcome to Con Air, Cyrus.
Oh, yeah, the guy who played O'Brien.
Oh, that's right. Cole Meany. That's right. Thank you. Yes, he was indeed in the film Con Air. That is very true. I apologize. Your friend here, Ray, I forget his name, but he says Marina Sirtis is a babe. I would intend to agree.
As with every guy from the 90s.
She played. She did a giving you crowd. She was in a movie with I'll think of the actress's name.
Mm-hmm.
and did a real topless
Oh boy.
movie. She got whipped by this other woman.
Whew. Interesting.
I'll find that.
It's let's see
Just so you
here.
don't think I'm, crazy.
No, of course not. No. It's fine. I'm just looking over the comments. They're just getting too good for my taste. Kearns says, talking about Diana, something that bothers me within the next film known as Insurrection is she tells Riker she never kissed him when he had a beard, despite they having a kissing scenes rather during seasons past season 1. Gee whiz, the things we find out on a daily basis from you, Kearns. Oh, yes, he was. Oh, he says, Robert Picardo was in Small Soldiers. He's the one who invented the microchips that they inserted into the Gorgonites and the soldiers themselves. Okay, that makes sense. It's coming back to me now, Kearns. Thank you. By the way, referring to Marina Sirtis as being very beautiful, your friend says, well, my wife disagrees with me. That's okay. And then Kearns says, I was always more partial to Dr. Crusher myself as being beautiful. Okay, that's fair, Kearns. That's fair.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with liking the smart characters.
Oh, the smart, intelligent ones.
I usually am partial to the geeky characters myself. So
that's completely that. Hey, you do you, Willow. That's okay. For those of you who are just joining us,
Donatello is the best Ninja Turtle, by the way.
Which one?
Donatello.
Oh, the scientist one. Of course, the one with the bow staff. Bow staff. He's the one who sneaks up on April and says, guys, or no, Casey Jones looks at him and says, guys, I told you. I hate it when you do that stuff, all right? What is it? It's time to go back. Insert Turtles theme here. That's from the first film. The first Teenage Ninja Turtles was from 1990. Great year for films, including that movie itself. By the way, for those of you just joining us, this is, in fact, the Star Trek First Contact 25th anniversary. If you're wondering where we are in the film, we are about, 30, am I reading this right? 35 minutes in, if I'm remembering this correctly. So if you want to queue up your copy on your streaming service or your physical copy, feel free to queue it up. We are 35 minutes and change into the movie. The Borg have invaded the Enterprise. They are trying to take over, and members of the Enterprise crew are trying to hold them off as best as possible. So there you go. They've adopted Michael Dorn. He's got another good voice. And I just uttered his words for him. There you go. They've adopted Captain. Just gotta beat him over the head with his blaster. Don't let them touch you.
So you can't shoot phasers at the Borg, but you can kill them with your banging on them. What is that?
Just knock him out like this. Just one of those things.
That's cool. Why didn't they just get a bunch of people to start breaking their necks? I mean, what's the deal?
I mean, if Superman can do it in Man of Steel, why can't they do it in TNG?
Yeah. And where's Superman when you need him?
Wrong franchise, maybe? Wrong
Maybe.
Universe? I mean, this is distributed by Paramount, whereas the Superman films are distributed by Warner Brothers. So.
Well, that's true. Sorry, I lost my head.
It's okay. It's two different studios, but still. But hey, one can dream of a crossover. They can do that in the comics. As if they haven't done crossovers with different characters from other fandoms already in the comics. I mean, look at Batman. Batman crossed over with the Ninja Turtles, so it's possible.
That's something I didn't know, and I don't think I needed to know.
Well, to tell you the truth, the graphic novel that came out with the entire series in it is actually really good, I've heard. The Teenage Ninja Turtles and Batman crossover is quite good from what I've heard from comic book fans. I may have to pick it up during the Black Friday sales.
Here's Picard. This is your Western going on here.
Oh, there he goes.
Mm-hmm. One of the cowboys has been scalped.
And Lily is furious.
Lily is furious. And well, she should be.
I was just going to say, she woke up on a starship.
Who are you with? What faction?
By the way, she plays a great role, more than in just this scene, but she does great in this scene.
Yeah.
And she calls Picard out on his BS as we get later into the film.
Yeah, she sure does.
Which is one of my favorite scenes, I think, ever in a sci-fi film.
By the way, she also looks great in a white gown.
Oh, that's right. During the that's true.
Yep.
There you go. During the hologram scene or the
Holodeck.
That's holodeck. Thank you. I was trying to think of the right word. I'm like, it's not hologram. It's holodeck. That's it.
No, I think the hologram was with Jem. I'm not sure.
That's right. Jem and the holograms. Willow, does that ring a bell for you?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's when you loved that series, didn't you?
It was a great series.
It was, wasn't it? Do you have that series on DVD as well as the other?
I don't have it on DVD, but I watch it periodically on Netflix.
Oh, it is on Netflix. Okay, I wasn't sure if it was or not.
The music is great on that.
Did Shout Factory release Jem and the Holograms on DVD? Didn't Shout Factory do that?
I'm pretty sure they did.
Because I know because we all know Shout Factory likes to re-release a lot of classic series.
I know they tried rebooting it a couple times, and
well, they did come out with a live-action movie a couple years ago that bombed at the box office and was rated as one of the absolute worst films ever made.
I liked it for what it was.
Oh, you actually like that film?
But I mean, it's pretty much the same thing as Josie and the Pussycats from the 90s.
There's that too.
Same villain too, like
same villain in both films. Oh boy! So let me get this straight: a group of aliens came down here, and you're here to save us, and you guys are on some kind of Star Trek. It's so good. Poking fun and being just a little bit meta in your own movie.
Yeah, I think that's fantastic.
Yep, just being just a little bit meta.
Got a bunch of these guys saying, well, you know what? Don't worry about it. Tell them what's going to happen.
We're from the future. We know what's going to happen. So,
yeah,
there's the Enterprise within the telescope's range anyway. Nice trick. No, it's no trick. Mm-mm. No visor for Geordi in this one.
No visor for Geordi.
No visor. I actually had the pleasure of meeting LeVar Burton at a convention once. I had him sign one of my Reading Rainbow books that I had when I was a child, and I told him it was my favorite episode of Reading Rainbow. It was discussing trains, and the book that he highlighted specifically on that episode was Kate Shelley and the Midnight Express by Margaret K. Witter, illustrations by Karen Ritz, read by Brian Dennehy in that episode.
Wow.
And he signed it. He was great about it. It actually had on the front cover of the book, it said, it wasn't like one of the stickers. It was actually, printed on the book. It said, Reading Rainbow book. And then on the inside cover, he wrote, to Ryan, peace and blessings, LeVar Burton. Boom.
Aww.
Nice.
It was great. He was a very nice man, very nice gentleman to meet at a convention. And he signed my Reading Rainbow book. And that is one of those memories that I will never forget. And yes, we got a picture of the two of us together, so I have it. It's on record. I'm not just making this up. It's legit. And you can find that on my Facebook page. It's there. It was a great time, great convention. A lot of wonderful people were there, and LeVar Burton was just one of many.
You got to love it. You got to do this, man. You got to do this. If you don't do this, we all die. Everybody dies.
It was something that humanity could ever think possible. First contact with an alien race. It won't happen unless you make that warp ship tomorrow.
Here we go.
There's your meta. Gee whiz. Oh, boy. Oh, I see a number of, what am I trying to say here? Number of comments are coming in. Thank you very much. Picardo was also featured in the series known as Stargate. That's good stuff. Kearns also states that Dr. Crusher plays Jack Ryan's own wife, Dr. Kathy Ryan, in The Hunt for Red October with Sean Connery. Rest in peace, Sean Connery, because The Hunt for Red October is a darn good film.
Great movie.
Great film. I loved that movie. I just saw it not too long ago. I saw it several months, many. I think it was like earlier this year, and I loved it. I was like, geez, man, I waited so long to see this, but The wait pays off. And then Scott Johnson says the exercise scene that takes place between the two, Crusher and Troy. OMG back in the day, anybody?
Boy, that sure sounds like Scott.
That is Scott for you. That's Scott chiming in here. Also, Kearns says, you're a claustrophobic, Donatello. And then Casey Jones says, I never even looked at another guy before. What he means is you're afraid of enclosed areas. What, afraid? What, me? Is that what you think? Hey, listen, I don't have to take this stuff about being afraid. I'm going to sleep in the truck. And then he walks out. I'm sorry. I love Ninja Turtles. I can't help it. I love that movie. I can quote it word for word. It's a beautiful thing. So Kearns, stop dropping different quotes from other movies that have nothing to do with Star Trek because I'm losing my focus. I'm losing track of my own focus here. You're killing me, Smalls. Anyway, Kearns says technically this is 1996, which means Superman was dead at this point in the comics, and he wouldn't return for another year with the death of Superman's storyline. Okay, Kearns, you got me. You got me on the timeline, buddy. You got me on the timeline. Bob Kinney says, here's a solution for you. Blow up the damn ship. We haven't gotten to that point yet, Bob.
Right.
We haven't gotten to that point yet, man.
No jumping ahead.
Quit spoiling the film for you who may be watching this. And by the way, thank you for joining us on this 25th anniversary watch-along of Star Trek First Contact. Make sure you're sharing this video with all 600 of your favorite friends and your fellow crewmates aboard your version of the USS Enterprise. They're going to like the way they look after watching this video and subscribing to our YouTube channel as well as the HWWS Web TV YouTube channel. I guarantee it. Isn't that right, Willow?
Yeah.
But
so
still,
doesn't this movie like completely go against the Prime Directive?
Every movie goes against the Prime.
I was going to say, because they mentioned that a bit earlier in the film, and I'm thinking, yeah, it probably does go against Prime Directive. But you know what? Picard does what he does. He doesn't always follow the rules. You know?
Well, here he's all screwed up anyway in the head.
Well,
That's true.
yeah,
You know,
but yet that's true. I'm not gonna lie.
He's hearing voices. Today they just put you away.
Oh, that's a very excellent point. Excellent point.
Yep.
Most of the, what does he say? Kearns says most of Star Trek is going against the Prime Directive. There you go, Kearns. You're dropping all that great knowledge again. And then your friend chimes in. I'm trying to think here. Oh, yeah, your friend says, I wish they would follow up with the character of Gary 7 from the TOS episode Assignment Earth. Interesting.
That was actually supposed to be a pilot for a Gary 7 series that didn't sell.
Oh, my
wow.
goodness. I was not, in the words of my good friend Wayne Campbell, I was not aware of that. I was not aware of this. But Kearns says, actually, I recently picked up a card from the First Contact toy line. Kearns, send us pictures. I want pictures. If you don't send us pictures, it's not real. It's not real. Kearns, send me pictures in the chat or send me pictures in Messenger. I want to see this, please, because that sounds awesome. Once again, your friend's going against. He's fast forward. He's quoting another line that's later in the film. Don't spoil it, man.
Well, see, now you put things in perspective now, right? So she's all freaked out because she's seeing Earth from space. Yep. Well, didn't Shatner just do that? I mean, that's, you know.
And then Picard looks at her and says, force field. You can't get through it. You know, we're safe. It's okay. You're going to be fine. And here comes the entrance of someone known as the Borg Queen, if I'm remembering correctly, played by Alice Kriege.
Yes. It's a great graphic here, by the way.
Oh, yes. During one of the behind-the-scenes behind-the-scenes documentaries, they said that the special effects on this film they hold up 25 plus years later, and they don't seem like special effects. They seem really real. I don't really think of them as visual effects. I just think of them as actually happening in the film. That's how good the visual effects are in this particular movie. I really dig that about this. Special effects are so good in this movie. Well, my phone rang. Is that Kearns? Did you send us a photo? Yes, you did. Kearns sent me a photo of my phone. Let's see. Oh, Kearns, I kind of hate you right now, man. I hate you. Okay. Kearns, where did you find these figures? I want to get my own now, please. Where did you find them? Probably eBay. I'm not surprised. Send me a link where I can find those action figures there, Kearns, please, because I want the Picard one so bad. He's got. I'll bring this up on the big screen as we get towards the end of the film, so we can show it to you as well as our panelists, because this is just too good, man. Let's see. Okay, I'll X out of that. Otherwise, I'm going to stare at the photo and not the movie.
Okay, so this movie was nominated for 1 Oscar, 8 wins, and 21 nominations total.
Jeez.
Wow.
Well, in the words of our friend Jim Carrey, that is a lot. Which Oscars or Academy Awards did it win or nominated, Willow?
97.
Mm-hmm.
It was up for the Academy Award for Best Makeup.
There you
go. It won Academy of Science Fiction, Fantasy, and Horror Film, 97. Best Supporting Actor, Brent Spiner. Best Supporting Actress, Ellis Krieg. Best Costumes for Deborah Everton. It was up for nomination for Best Actor, Best Director, Best Writer, Best Music, Best Makeup, and Best Special Effects.
You did quite well for yourself, First Contact. My goodness, that is a lot of awards and accolades, I should say. Well, congratulations to the entire cast and crew, because this film is wonderful. If we haven't said it already, it is. My goodness. I need to go back up to find out this person's name. This is going to kill me. Okay, now I can remember this person's name every time their comments come up on the screen here. My apologies. Let's see one more time so I know I'm saying this right. Right, Richard Lawton. Okay, Richard says, I don't need to watch this film either. I know the movie by heart. Okay, we'll let it slide. We'll let it slide. It's okay. Bob Kinney chimes in. He says, the Boar Queen, her head being put on her body was a very good special effect. I would agree.
How did we know they didn't really put her head on top of her body?
Jeez. Oh, boy. I believe George is trying to
scene coming up with her freaking out as they walk through the board.
Oh yes, they're working their way around the ship, as it were.
I mean, she's great because she's got you believing that, yeah, this is happening.
Yep, absolutely. And just to catch you up, we are at the 51-minute mark of the film known as Star Trek First Contact. Any thoughts, any questions, any feelings and memories about this movie or just Star Trek in general, let us know in the comments. Let us know in the live chat. We're going to be keeping an eye on it as we go throughout the course of tonight's program. And also make sure you're sharing this video with all 700 of your friends. They're going to like the way they look after watching this video. I guarantee it.
Hey, Ryan, I like the way you think. How many guests are you going to invite per person at the end of the movie?
As many as I possibly can. I'm just trying to make sure that everyone is having a good time and that they share the video because, hey, you got to market yourself as best you can. Oh, they've adapted. That's why the phaser's not working. The card. Oh, I believe this is where they venture into something known as the holodeck.
It's okay. My phaser's not working either.
Oh, really? I thought you pushed a button on that at the beginning of the show. Wasn't it working before?
No, that was my.
Oh, that was your communicator, wasn't it? Mr. Scott, ready to beam up. I understood that reference.
Bridges is the captain.
Wow. I see Kirk has just joined us. That's wonderful.
Now, is that not Felix? No, Flock? No. Who is it? Deep Space Nine.
I believe it is. Very well-known actor. He's been in a number of different films and television projects.
Is that Neelix?
Oh, yes.
I believe it is. It is, isn't it?
It's pretty sad that I could remember that, huh?
Another great character actor.
It's okay.
Yeah.
He's been in a number of different things over the years.
You can always recognize his voice, though.
Mm-hmm. I'll give you that
Not always will I recognize him outside of the makeup.
Yeah.
But as soon as he talks, it's like Felix.
Oh, Kearns, man, you got one too many fun facts, my friend. He says he is also Donna's father on That 70s Show with Ashton Kutcher. Okay. Interesting. Let's see.
Oh, man. Richard, I feel your pain. Having to get up early. I'm glad I'm on holidays, but
yeah, he says he's got to wake up early for work the next day, but this has been fun. Showcase every Trek film. Hey, look, when anniversaries or other special occasions come up, we will let everyone know on our social media, which you can follow simply at It's Nerd Culture on all forms of social media for future events such as this one. And we thank you for being with us there. Hope you have a good day at work tomorrow, even though it's probably the last place you want to be. But hey, gotta get the paycheck, you know? Watch your caboose, Deeks. Watch your caboose.
Hey, tomorrow's Tuesday. It's a day closer to Monday.
Yeah.
Tommy gun.
This was another great character they came up with in TNG was the whole Dixon Hill story.
Mm-hmm. Boy, he is angry, this guy. Picard is angry.
But here again, can't kill him with a phaser. Let's go get guns.
Tommy gun. Which I've seen those used in other period pieces or other pieces of history, different kinds of movies. But one of the first times I saw that weapon used was in the great film known as Dick Tracy with Warren Beatty.
What a great movie.
And Al Pacino, and who else was in that film? Charlie Korsmo, who went on to play Peter Pan's son in the movie Hook. The following year, it was 91 that Hook came out. Dick Tracy was 1990. See, there you go. Fun facts for the viewer watching at home. Who else was in that? Madonna was in it as Breathless Mahoney.
Yep. I just read an article about Dick Tracy that that film really brought prosthetics to the forefront.
Oh, really?
Oh, well, a lot of the characters.
All those characters look exactly like they were in the cartoon.
Yeah.
Or the comic strip. Yeah.
The comic strip.
That's right. That's. Yeah, I believe. Who was it? It was William Forsythe. Was Flat Top.
Yep.
You had Itchy. You had was it Prune Face?
Prune Face.
Was I believe Mumbles was played by Dustin Hoffman. That's what I was thinking of. But yes, you had bottom line is it was a giant cast of big name stars in the film known as Dick Tracy. If you want to learn more about that, I'm sure you can Google it, and it is available on streaming services worldwide. Please feel free to check your local listings. I have the movie on DVD, so I got no problem there. Still.
So now Jody's got to wear sunglasses.
I guess so. It's like,
I guess he can't adjust the highlight in his eyes.
Yeah. Yeah, are these measurements right? Take a look at this on the board here, or should I say my clipboard? Nope, he's adjusting them now. Kind of.
By the way, why don't they just keep Barkley away from people?
I couldn't tell you. Can I shake your hand before I leave? Just there it goes. I'm just saying. Talking about the holodeck scene that came up just a moment ago. Kern says, talking about Nicky the Nose. Yep, that's right.
Nicky the Nose.
And Bob Kinney chimes in. Ethan Phillips was on a popular Eggos commercial? Lego My Eggo? Really? Interesting. Oh, and your friend says, good night and live long and prosper. You too, good sir. You too. And thank you so much for being with us for tonight's festivities. Actually, this statue is right here. I'm a statue.
It's going to be 30 feet high.
I'm a statue. A statue. It's right here on this podium.
By the way, does anybody ever wonder why Geordi who was blind decided to start out as a navigator?
Couldn't tell you.
Still a better navigator than me.
I mean, look, the guy hosted Reading Rainbow for so long, and then he rebooted it for, I believe it was for, tablets and electronic devices for kids and their families. And then I heard didn't they try to like reboot it as an actual series on PBS, or was it strictly just streaming on PBS.org? I can't remember exactly what LeVar Burton was trying to do there.
No, I don't know, but that's become a classic.
Mm-hmm.
I voted for him for Jeopardy!
Oh,
I don't know what everybody's
nice.
problem was.
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen that too. That would have been a great thing for him. I would have loved to have seen that, respectively.
Yeah, he did a week's worth. It was good.
Oh, and Lily has rounded up with the rest of the crew, I see.
See, so Worf looks at her and says, "I'm a Klingon." I think he should have looked at her and said, "So what's your problem?"
Oh, boy. Trying to... Gosh, this is going to kill me. I'm trying to think. I've met LeVar Burton. I may have come across a few other Star Trek alumni, but the names are kind of escaping me. But LeVar Burton was a great experience. I hope to meet more members of the cast, respectively, as I go along in my convention journeys. I mean, I get a chance to meet Brent Spiner next year in late February, so...
Oh, that'd be neat.
Fun. Yeah, if I get a chance to go up and meet him, I'll probably have him sign the Blu-ray set since it has all the films in it, Plus, it's protected by the the thing here, the cover, so it won't get damaged and stuff. So.
Yeah, I have met quite an array of people over the years from Star Trek. One of the nicest people I ever met was Rene Auberjois.
Oh
wow.
Okay.
He was a wonderful guy. He even played with my son.
Oh wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. That's wonderful. Great experience. Always great to have great experiences when you meet certain celebrities and celebrities meet their respective fans. It's always a positive. Always a positive. How do you feel about zero gravity? What are you suggesting? I think we should take a stroll. Lily giving him the, hey, just make sure you do so-and-so, Deeks. I intend to.
Hey, put your magnets on.
We're about to go out into the, out to zero-G gravity here or something. On the outside of the ship, I should say.
I thought this was a pretty good idea for a graphic, was having them walk upside down.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do that. No. I would not be able to do a zero-G gravity walk outside.
No, not at all.
No, thank you. I'm gonna say I'll pass on that one. And Kearns, why are you? Kearns is chiming in once again. He says, after watching this for an hour, I finally broke down and I put my disc in. So what timestamp are we at? Kearns, I'll give you an update here. Give me a moment here. We are at the 1 hour, 1 minute, and 30-second mark right now. So that's where we are. They're on the outside of the ship, and now the next scene here is Data. They're like putting the skin and tightening it on it near his wrist. So that's where we are. So go ahead, Kearns, cue up your copy, and why don't you join us? Just watch the film and chime in with your comments as if you haven't already. Bob Kinney says the hall walk outside of the ship was an awesome scene in the movie itself. Okay, there you go. Giving credit where credit is due, Bob.
I'm telling you, if that was me and it was real life, my mask would be brown.
Yeah. Yep. There's that. Yep.
That was another great role here. This Alice Krieg as the Borg Queen.
Yes.
I mean, right now, this is the only thing that sticks out for me is, as me being introducers and actors. I know she's done other things over the years. Any other of her performances stick out aside from being the Borg Queen that I should know about?
No, I can't.
Hmm.
I'll bet IMDb would prove us wrong.
Yeah, I think I see Willow over there in her studio. She's fiddling with stuff. Are you fiddling with our good friends at IMDb.com?
Yes, I'm looking right now.
There you go. Oh,
Check
well,
your
Bob Kinney says something known as Sleepwalkers. Is that a movie or a TV show?
Oh, okay. She played a witch in Gretel and Hansel. She played in Thor: Dark World.
One of the MC
Silent
movies we
Hill.
don't talk about. Okay. Oh, it's a movie, Bob. But Sleepwalkers was a movie. That's what he was referring to. Okay. Thank you for
my
chiming in
God,
with that, Bob.
Sleepwalkers! Wow, there's a movie I haven't seen in a long time.
Is that what kind of a movie is? Is that like a sci-fi
Horror
horror
movie.
film?
It's Stephen King.
Oh, Stephen King. Oh my. There's the creepy factor for you. Stephen King movies. Whew. Creepy stuff there. Man, she's still trying to convince Data that what we're doing for you is the right thing. Both characters are pretty good at convincing the other. Or at least attempting to convince the other person to join their side.
Hey, you know, with all these Borg running around for all these years, they're all human. I mean, aren't there Klingon Borgs? And right? Where are they all?
Probably so. Good question. If anyone knows the answer, let us know in the chat. That's because you haven't been properly... You know, some of the stuff in this movie, I'm thinking to myself, Borg Queen and an android, can they really do it? Probably.
Well, it depends on what she'd have to pull herself out of.
Yeah. Yeah, there's that too. So I'm not sure. I'll leave that up to someone else's imagination because it's sure as well not going to be mine.
I'm sure there's enough fanfic out there for this.
Probably,
Yeah.
probably, Willow. Thanks for bringing that up. Still, oh man, Kearns,
Data had to remind us he was fully functional.
Fully functional in certain areas of activity. Kearns, you chime in once again. He says, something I always enjoyed was that after Best of Both Worlds, anytime that Picard interacted with the Borg, they always called him Locutus. There you go, Kearns. There you go. Dropping more knowledge. That's a giant satellite dish if you want to get cable television.
Yeah.
Don't you think, Willow? I mean, do they have satellite dishes that are bigger than that in Canada?
Probably somewhere.
Do they? Really? Okay. Fair enough. I mean, they film all your friendly neighborhood.
I know back in like the 80s and early 90s, I remember having a big satellite dish at my grandparents' place.
Really? Was it bigger than DirecTV dishes? No,
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, DirecTV dishes, we eat those for breakfast. It's okay. I digress. Still looking for the bathroom, Mr. Cochran? We need you to make that warp jump tomorrow. Oh, Kearns. Matthew Kearns says, to send you down the action figure rabbit hole, Ryan, they have a Picard version in the spacesuit from this very scene in the film. Stop telling me that.
You'd think that they would have shot him in the leg instead of the back.
Yeah, they were just busy. They were just being busy.
Kearns knows too much about these action figures.
Call him about the statue. What's wrong with you?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, there's that too.
I think Jordy should have said it wasn't me, it was Barkley.
I should have said so. Let's see here. Right.
I thought these devices were pretty cool in the three primary uniform colors. One red, one blue, one gold.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, for space suits at this particular point in time, with all the visual effects and what they were trying to do for this film, it's good stuff. It really is. I mean, it makes it really feel authentic in that sort of way. So it's good stuff. I like it. And the blasters too. Yeah, those are cool.
Okay, zero gravity. Let me put my gun down here.
Trying to access the control panel, I believe. Mm-hmm. I'm just going to step out for just a quick moment here, but Willow and Ray, you have the con.
Oh, you're in trouble, man. I thought these LCAR devices were pretty cool that they put together here.
Yes. And there goes one of the Borgs floating into space. Kearns with, I believe, the first time Star Trek characters actually interact on the satellite dish of the ship. Yeah. To send you down the action figure rabbit hole, he'll have to read that when he returns.
Uh-oh. This is just like me at work. I just keep pushing buttons. Yep, there you go. That's got to be like his go-to line in this movie.
It's funny how things change just by, moving his little discs over from one slot to the other.
I'm surprised there isn't a scene there where he changes a 9-volt battery.
Poor Hawk continuing the tradition of yellow shirts and TNG being cannon fodder.
Oh, man. Kearns. Gotta love it. Oh.
There's Worf. Glad I brought my, iron with me.
That's true. Well, we may actually have just a few surprises in store for you watching at home, as well as for our crew members here on the bridge of our Enterprise. So stay tuned. We will get to that at the end of the film. Right now, we're still currently in the middle of the great sci-fi action adventure film known as Star Trek First Contact. We are approximately 1 hour and about 11 minutes into the film. So if you are just joining us and want to queue up your copy, whether it be on physical media or your streaming service, you can go ahead and do so now. If you have any thoughts about the film, any memories about the movie, or just favorite things about Star Trek in general that you would like to share with us, drop them in the live chat, leave them in the comments. Willow, myself, Ray, we're going to keep an eye on it as we go throughout the course of the show. And also make sure you're sharing this with all 800 of your bestest friends, because they are going to like the way they look after watching this video and witnessing the greatness that is Star Trek First Contact. I guarantee it. Oh, jumping away. Oh, no, not jumping away. Let me float away for just a moment here because Borg's trying to catch me. This looks so real to me. Like you would never be able to tell that this was filmed in front of a blue or a green screen at all. This is how good this film is.
I'm not sure how lasers or bullets actually work when it comes to space, but without I'm sure without oxygen, neither of those would actually work very well.
Well, the Borg are out in space. Shouldn't they be like frozen? Sorry, I just.
Oh wait, no. They're computerized, so they'd be, operating at their optimal speed.
Right.
In space.
Yeah, that's true.
Because it's cold.
Oh, that too. But gee whiz. Sorry, just communicating with a fellow crew member over here on the side of my office. But anywho, He's been turned. He's been assimilated. Boosh. Punch you in the face. Oh, wait. No, I can't punch you in the face, but I will punch you in the helmet, though. Oh. Lieutenant Hawk is gone.
Off to join the space junk.
So
Pretty-
Worf
pretty-
threw his phaser away,
Mm-hmm.
but he got it in time to come back and shoot our buddy.
Yeah, I guess so. Gee whiz. Let's see.
Yeah. Assimilate this. And I'm not sure, but I don't think that helmet would be protecting anything.
Yeah, good call on that. Go back inside and get some crazy glue.
It's okay. It's the early 90s. We had no idea how space worked either.
Yeah, that's true. Right.
There we go.
So this is another thing that always bothered me a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
This is a nuclear warhead, right?
Yep.
Reconverted nuclear warhead with windows. Who's riding in that thing?
I don't know. Guess they wanted a great view when they blow up. I don't know.
At this time, we were still working on Windows 95.
Oh yeah, right.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because it's 1996, and Windows and AOL and Instant Messenger were trying to become a thing. And
well, that's something great about Star Trek is they never used anything from the time they were filming.
Mm-hmm.
They made a reference to Windows Vista.
Mm-hmm.
We'd all say,
we all know how Windows Vista worked.
Yep.
Not very well on me.
Always focusing on the future and technology and everything that happened hundreds of years into the future. Or many centuries into the future, I should say, because this is 2063 when they travel back in time, but when they first start, they're in the 24th century. So
24th century, I think.
Thank you. Yeah, that's what I was trying to get at as far as the timeline is concerned within the Star Trek franchise. But yes, that's where they were. That's what I should have said. Gee whiz. Am I pronouncing this right? George Pacholsky, he says, could the Borg inhabit critters such as cats? I'm just asking.
Would have made them a little bit more graceful.
Maybe, George. I'm not 100% sure. Bob Kinney chimes in. He says, assimilate this. There you go. Thank you for bringing up the great classic Worf line. Bob Kinney also goes on to state, this was my favorite TNG movie directed by the one and only Jonathan Frakes, a.k.a. Commander Riker. So there you go. And Kearns says, I agree. I like to take trains over flying. Okay, that's fair. That's fair, Kearns. It's completely fair.
Wouldn't know. I've never been on a plane.
Ever? You've been on this earth for 40 years, and you've never been on a plane?
I didn't go anywhere.
What do you mean you didn't go anywhere? You didn't go to other places within Canada that you had to fly there? Really?
Well,
I've only been to 2 provinces, and technically, we've driven there, and I've never been to the States.
Goodness gracious. We got to get you down here to the States, Willow. Man, you need a break from Canada, Willow.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm gonna stand by Willow on this one. If you don't have someplace to go, doesn't matter how you get there.
Well, we know we got to visit several different places within the state of Florida because that's where all the cool stuff is.
Actually, you want to go about 5 miles over the north border into Georgia, because that's where the studio is.
Oh, okay, got it.
In Georgia, close enough to be called Florida.
So it's over yonder. Okay. Oh, here comes well, I think for some of us, this may or may not be our favorite part of the film, between Picard and between the character known as Lily. Calling him out on his statement that they want to blow up or not blow up the ship. He wants to keep on fighting. Oh man, this is such a good scene. Mm-hmm. Tension is building. The voices are starting to be raised. People are getting upset or angry.
So being upset and being angry is better than blowing up the ship and killing them.
I guess so. Oh. Oh, here we go. Oh.
Boy, you could use that line today.
And then he ends up starring in a movie called Moby Dick just a few years later.
There you go.
So this movie prophesies that he was going to be that character in that respective made-for-TV movie. Huh. So good. Too many nutrients.
There's your line.
Yep.
Oh, man. So good. I like it a lot. I love it. I like it a lot. Got to channel my inner Jim Carrey for this one, Willow. I had to. So good. It's so good. Like the first time I saw this movie and this scene played out the way it did, I'm thinking, this isn't just a great movie. This is just great acting. Like it's such good acting. Like this is like a showcase of what acting should be like. If you want to be like just training to be an actor, respectively, it's so good. Great characters, great layers of the characters.
If there was any actor that I would love to be trained by, it would be Patrick Stewart.
I mean, yeah, but Willow, who wouldn't? I mean, who wouldn't sign up tomorrow online if the sign-up sheet went up and said, hey, you want to do a free acting lesson with Patrick Stewart, on so-and-so date at so-and-so time? Yes, please. Take all my money. Like, yeah.
You guys need to watch Star Trek Picard.
I have season 1's on DVD on my shelf. I gotta pop that in and start watching it because seriously, I love Patrick Stewart so much. He's such a great actor. Period. Oh, I got to get on that.
Who directed this movie? I should know that.
That would be Commander Riker himself. Jonathan Frakes directed this film.
Well, a lot of credit has to go to him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I mean the entire cast and crew who put this film together, including the director, which kind of goes without saying. Jonathan Frakes did a masterful job at directing this film, just incredible.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, Jonathan Frakes, if I do see you at a Comic-Con, probably going to have you end up signing this too, because I love First Contact. There's no question. So hopefully that'll happen one day. Cross your fingers, cross your toes. There you go. That line must be. Someone's got to have shirts out there that have certain lines from this movie on the shirt, and if they have those, I got to buy them off of tpublic.com or whatever websites on the interwebs. I got to find that because seriously, the line must be drawn here. This father, no father. Like just, it's so good, so good. Excuse me, I'm a little overexcited. Anyway, Willow, what are you eating tonight for this festivities? Do you have popcorn? What is that? I can't. Hold on a second. We got to put you on full screen for a minute. Hold on. Where's your solo layout? There it is. So, what are you eating tonight? Show it on screen. Orville Redenbacher popcorn is tonight's movie experience snack. Do you have something to wash it down with?
Tea.
Is it Earl Grey and is it hot?
Unfortunately, it wasn't Earl Grey, but it was hot, and it's orange pico.
Is it in a
Red
Star
Rose.
Trek coffee mug? Is it?
No.
Let me see it. What does that say? The medicine shop? What? Oh, it's a pharmacy in your neck of the woods. Okay, we'll let it slide. Just curious about what she was having for dinner, so we had to go to a solo layout there for a moment. But we're back in the main studio, so there you go. Everyone I see is jumping into their escape pods to get themselves off the ship because Picard has decided to blow it up. Or has he? I'm sorry. By the way, Willow, I'm sorry for what I said to you earlier. I'm sorry for all of it, Willow. I'm sorry. That was my horrible way of trying to go back and quote Worf, but apparently I'm doing a horrible job.
It's okay.
I'm terrible. Oh, boy.
Enterprise E, we hardly knew you.
Mm-hmm. I see that Bob Kinney brought up the fun fact about Picard playing Captain Ahab in the made-for-TV movie Moby Dick. That came out a few years after this film, I believe. I think that. Oh wait, the TV movie he says was done before First Contact. Okay, Bob, if that's the truth, I'll take your word for it, there, man. Interesting facts. Let's see. Kearns says, for those of you who don't know the whole plot point of Picard getting assimilated by the Borg, it came because they were unsure if Patrick Stewart would return to TNG, and that was a way to write the character off. Mind blown. I did not know that.
I'll admit I didn't know that.
Gee, Willock. I had no idea. And Kearns chimes in. He says, the score for this particular movie is fantastic. One of my favorite, particularly the main theme to this movie. Okay. I like it too. It's really good.
And there goes Steppenwolf's song.
Magic Carpet Ride.
Oh, that's what it was. That's what we're going with. And George chimes in. He says that first warp drive ship is a lot like the Blue Origin's rocket that Shatner earned his astronaut wings on.
Yes. Yes, that does. Huh.
That's a good call.
Oh, see, there it goes. There we go. We're getting a wide shot of this now. So there you go. Of the ship.
Yes, it's a. Yeah, sorry, guys, what I was going to say.
There you go. All good. And Matthew Kearns chimes in. He says, the Enterprise E is actually my favorite Enterprise next to the motion pictures version of the Enterprise. Okay. Interesting. Thank you for sharing that with us, Kearns. And thank you for sharing all your thoughts and feelings about the Star Trek universe in the comments in the live chat. We've been hearing and seeing all these comments. We've been bringing up a number of them on screen. So thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule to join us for tonight's festivities. We hope you are enjoying our commentary brought to you by myself, Willow, Skylor, and the great Star Trek superfan known as Tesi. So very good.
Having fun.
We're very thankful that you're with us, Ray. We're very happy that Sage and the team over there at HWWS Web TV could bring us all together on the bridge of our version of the Enterprise. So, there you go. Always good to meet new people, make new friends, and learn from one another. That's one of the best things about life in general, at least in my opinion. And Lily is saying her goodbyes, saying, hey, it was nice knowing you. I'm going to take this escape pod and go back to Earth. Respectively, of course. And for those of you who are wondering, we are about the 128-minute mark. So an hour and 28 minutes and change into the film itself. So if you're just joining us and want to queue up your copy, go right ahead, chime in on your local streaming service or your physical copy of the film. Feel free to watch it along with us as we are getting towards the end of Star Trek First Contact. Man, that's a good-looking ship.
Hey, I'm staying. Okay, see ya.
And then the rest of them are just like, yeah, we're leaving. We're leaving. The escape pods are, anyway.
Reminds you of the first JJ movie.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's right, with the Star Trek 09. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Star Trek 2009. Can't believe it's already been 11 years since that film came out.
Yeah.
Bless you, Willow. I know you're feeling just a bit older over there because of how old that movie is. But it's okay, Willow, because age is just a number. So, nothing to be ashamed of. It's okay. Anywho, let's see. The first film came out in 2009. The second film, which actually I enjoyed Star Trek Into Darkness, quite frankly. That was my favorite of the reboot trilogy. I know a lot of people like it, but I liked it. 2013. And I believe it was 2017 is when I believe Star Trek Beyond came out. And that was a fun movie, too. But my favorite of the...
Chris Hemsworth would have played a good Captain Kirk, though.
Well, he did play his dad.
Yeah. But, I mean, like, if the roles were reversed, like, I honestly feel like Hemsworth would have played a good Captain Kirk.
Well, they potentially for the Star Trek 4 of their respective J.J. Abrams franchise, they were talking about bringing back Kirk's dad and centering the story about the dad and the son like reuniting through the time warp or the time drive, and there's a story to be told there. So that was going to be the synopsis of Star Trek 4 for the J.J. Abrams franchise. But unfortunately, it never came to pass. So.
Oh, they're talking about making it a fourth movie now. I don't know, same cast and all that, but they're talking about it.
Oh, okay. If it comes to fruition, that's great. And if not, unless it actually happens right now, talk is talk. Talk is cheap. Unless the movie actually goes into production, unless I see a trailer for the film, I won't actually believe it's happening until I actually see actual footage. But that's just me. Oh, Boar Queen giving Picard the business. Look at how small you've become. The cutest. Oh, there's Data. Data looks a bit different now.
Yes.
He looks a bit different, doesn't he, Willow?
Yeah, he does.
He's the calico cat.
Oh, jeez. Calico cat. Oh, boy. Calico cat, that's it. That's what I was trying to... let's see here. A few more people are here with us, and Kearns says, I would just love to costume as Riker from this scene at a convention itself. Matthew Kearns, we hope that comes true for you, my friend. We really do. That would be great. And if it does happen, take lots of pictures. And let's see. Matthew Kearns goes on to say, I love that Picard gets to go all John McClane in this last act, wearing just his red undershirt. Yeah, go John McClane. Different movie, different franchise, but still, it works. Oh, by the way, this is a bit of a hot take here, but Bob Kinney says, I would still want to see Quentin Tarantino's version of a Star Trek film.
I think that would be cool, but it would definitely be in like different pieces.
There would be a lot of body parts laying all over the floor because we know how uber violent he likes to be in his films, respectively. I know it's an art form. But I don't know if I would want to see a Tarantino Star Trek film. That's probably something I would probably say ixnay on. What do you think, Ray?
For a while I was on the fence, but it's not Star Trek. And The only problem I have with a lot of the stuff that's out there now is it's not always Star Trek. I mean, it's got the name and it's got the characters, but the basis of it is just different, and it kind of goes off the rails sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think Tarantino's movie would have been off the rails. Definitely, I think Tarantino's movie would be where Star Trek jumped the shark.
Yeah, I actually think that too. I actually think that too. So, but hey, that's just our 2 cents. If you who are watching this think differently, that's okay. All opinions, we do our best to respect everyone's opinion. All opinions are welcome. And hey, listen, all film is subjective. So if you like something, that's great. If I watch one film and I may not like it as much as the next person, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with not that there's anything wrong with that. No, of course not.
Wrong with that.
Exactly. Just like our good friend George Costanza or Jerry Seinfeld would say. That's another one of my favorite episodes too, Ray, just so you know. I've been outed. I wasn't even in. Sorry, that's my Seinfeldisms coming out. My bad.
Matthew poses a good question.
What does he say here? He says, better hero or villain relationship, Picard or the Borg Queen within First Contact, or Kirk and Khan in the movie Wrath of Khan. What do we think about this question, Ray?
You have two completely different situations, right? So you have Khan, who is out for revenge, and you got the Borg Queen, who is out to get their race. If I were going to vote, I would go Kirk.
No, the Kirk and the Khan relationship.
Khan.
Okay,
yeah,
I can dig it.
Although think about this: Shatner and what's his name,
Ricardo Montalban.
Ricardo Montalban were never in the same scene.
Oh,
Snaps! That's right, isn't it?
So maybe you got to go with Picard and the Borg Queen.
Well, I guess in a way you could. I mean, for me personally, by the way, I need to do this, and this is on my end. This isn't anyone else's fault. This is on me. I need to sit back and I got to rewatch Wrath of Khan because I haven't seen Wrath of Khan in a very, very long time. So I need to sit back and rewatch it because the first time I saw it, it was in my film class here in college, and I watched the film and I'm like, I don't get the hype for this movie. It's but I don't love it like everyone else does. But I've only seen it one time, so I need to go back. Like you, Kearns, you encourage people on your series. You should give this film a second look, which you can find on Take 3 Productions on YouTube. #support your friends. So I will have to give this one a second look, Ray. I got to sit down and watch Wrath of Khan again.
Well, here's what you've got to do. Before you watch Wrath of Khan, you've got to go back and watch Spacey.
Oh. Okay.
I mean, it's the lead-in for the Wrath of Khan.
Oh, okay. Now I see what you're getting. I got a bit confused there. I apologize, but yeah, now I get it.
No. That's okay.
Like I said, I'm still a novice at this whole thing known as Star Trek. I got a lot to learn. So, but hey, better late than never, and I got nothing but time. So I'm more than happy to learn certain things over the course of winter break and when I go up to Farpoint Convention in the month of February to meet the one and only Brent Spiner, a.k.a. Data from Star Trek TNG. So there's that to consider. And by the way, someone tweeted at me the other day when I explained that we were doing this tonight or doing this week for Star Trek First Contact's 25th anniversary. He comments the GIF from this movie and is Zefram Cochrane looking dead into the camera and he says, "Sweet Jesus." I'm like, yeah, man, we're celebrating. So if you want to join us in the comments, let us know. Because quite frankly, I couldn't tell if you were excited because you just dropped some Zefram Cochrane knowledge on me on Twitter. There you go. But yeah, to answer your question there, Kearns, I'd probably just go with Borg and the Picard situation just because I know more about that relationship than I do about Kirk and Khan. So that's my 2 cents. That's just me. Kearns, what does he say here? I like to think somewhere in the universe, Q was watching these events unfold while eating popcorn like Willow is in the background of your studio. Okay.
What a great thought.
Good point, Kearns.
Probably.
Good point, Matt. Should I say? And let's see, Bob Kinney chimes in with the TOS episode that I need to go back and reference for the Khan and, Kirk relationship. And then Kearns goes on to say, and there goes John McClane as Picard. Or John McClane Picard. That's a long name, by the way.
By the way, with Wrath of Khan, Ricardo Montalban, I saw an interview he had done.
Mm-hmm.
And he said when he first started filming Wrath of Khan,
yes,
Khan sounded like Mr. Rourke.
Oh, wow.
Fantasy Island. And
that's right.
He had to go back and watch Space Seed to get back in the mode.
Oh, wow. Well, that's... Whew. Man, learning so much tonight, and I love every bit of it. Let's see here if I'm pronouncing this right. There we go. Gotta click on that.
The skeleton of the Borg Queen.
And
that's a great graphic right there.
Yeah, I would love to have that prop.
Her head when it comes off and stuff. Yeah. Almost reminds me of the Terminator, or in my opinion, the TX. The TX from Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines. Yes, I know the film gets a lot of hatred, but I actually like Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines, but that's just me.
I like all the Terminator movies.
All 6 of them? Wow.
Yeah, okay. I do.
That's fair.
I mean, some of them, they're not the best, but they have their socially redeeming valuables or whatever.
Mm-hmm. That is fair. Sorry, got a bit of a message there. There we go. Thank you very much. Yeah, I like Terminators. The first Terminator is actually my favorite of that franchise. Then it's 2. I just rank them as they go. 1, 2, and 3 are my top 3. And then I would probably put Terminator Jenny Smith, aka Terminator Genesis, Terminator Genesis as my 4th. And then Terminator Salvation as my 5th. And then Terminator Dark Fate is dead last. Only because I haven't seen the movie and I've heard bad things about it.
I liked it. I'm sorry. I liked it.
That's okay.
I feel like I'm very much like Matthew there with the Terminator films.
Oh, I'm sorry. What did he chime in with? He says, I don't go beyond the first 4 Terminator films. So you count 1, 2, 3, and Salvation, but you don't count Terminator Jenny Smith and Terminator The Fate of Dark. Okay, that's fair. It's okay, Kearns. You do you, buddy. It's nothing to be ashamed of. And I believe, who am I saying this here? Bob Kinney chimes in with the USS Reliant with rich Corinthian leather. Okay, Bob Kinney knows something I don't. That's fascinating.
Oh, yeah, I know something Bob knows.
Oh, my goodness. Look who's chiming in with us at the very last minute here. Russell Allen of Russ Explode Studios. Hey, you guys. Dropping some Goonies knowledge on us. I love it. Thank you very much, Russell. Good to see you here, even though we are at the tail end of the film and here in the chat, but I'm loving it, man. Thank you so much for being with us. We are at the tail end of the film. We're about an hour, 40 minutes in. Hour 41 is coming up on the hour 41 minute mark. A big moment is about to happen. Not only did he make the ship go up into the sky, I believe an alien race recognized what it was, and they are here, and the aliens have landed on Earth, are about to make first contact with the human race of Earth. But the question is, what kind of aliens are they? What are their species? What do they want from us? Well, we're about to find out in just mere moments. And by the way, the first time I saw this, when I first watched this movie, I was like, oh my God, what a great way to connect all of this. It's a great way. At least that's what I thought.
Oh no, I agree.
A great way to connect Star Trek as a whole. At least from where the very first time this happened, like my eyes were bulging out, and my jaw went on the floor. I'm like, you got to be kidding! Like, seriously, this is how first contacts happen? That's great. It's great. Absolutely loved it. They're going to want to meet the man who drove that warp ship. Well, let's see what happens here. Oh, Lily. Oh, I see Lily has returned. Here we go. Big moments. Big moments happening. Great score. Such a great score.
She should grab a gun and yell, it's the board. Sorry.
Oh, no, it's okay. Let's see. Who do we have here?
You know who would have liked this film? Crap. Who wrote the book Contact?
Oh, who wrote the book?
Yeah, it became the movie.
Oh, the one with Jodie Foster?
Yeah.
Willow, can you, by any chance, in your Enterprise, bring up the ship's computer library records? Willow, can you find out who wrote the book, please? Contact, starring Jodie Foster and Matthew McConaughey. It was based off a best-selling novel, I believe.
Carl Sagan.
Carl Sagan. Okay.
Carl
Sagan. It was either him or Isaac Asimov I was trying to think of.
No, Carl Sagan, and Carl Sagan was all about First Contact.
There you go. Well, wow, there you go. Another interesting pieces of information. Thank you so much for sharing that with us, Ray. That's a great bit of notice there, bit comparison.
By the way, for the people who are listening,
mm-hmm.
This was great to use this scene in Star Trek Enterprise in the Mirror Universe.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right. Okay. Another thing that I have to discover on my own time. Watch all the series and the 5 billion episodes I'm behind on.
Hey, you're not doing anything during the day. I mean,
I'm only going to college for my final semester, and I'm also working a job during the course of the week too. So there's a few things I'm busy with at the present time.
Have it playing while you're studying.
You know, Ryan, you got to get your priorities in order.
I do. I need to get more Star Trek in my life. That's my problem.
That's right.
That's my biggest issue I'm facing right now. Russ Explodes Studios, our good friend Russell Allen, he chimes in here. He says, yeah, I'm sorry. A Klingon bird of prey took my ship hostage, and these controls are hell on their ship, but I made it through, guys. I made it through. Well, we're happy that you're with us here, Russ. We appreciate you, buddy. We really do. Bob Kinney, I thought that the First Contact was a pivotal, incredible part of Star Trek itself. You would be correct, sir. Oh, there's the line. Make it so. Look at that shot of the crew. Kearns says another costume I'd love to do is Picard's casual wear from this movie, aka this costume. Oh, okay, fair enough. Oh, you mean the 21st century clothing? Okay, gotcha. I can kind of see where Kearns is coming from with that, right? That outfit seems to be pretty cool. Whoa, we're playing music. Like, whoa, what was that? Playing the music, teaching how to dance. This is how we earthlings like to dance. Yeah. Good tunes. I
love how the Vulcans aren't bothered by how strong the alcohol is.
No, I don't think they care, do they? Really?
I don't know. They're hiding it pretty well.
Is it? I would think so. I'm not 100% sure, but and there is the immortal bits and pieces you could probably hear in someone's studio background, the Star Trek TNG theme song. Ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of the film Star Trek First Contact by Jonathan Frakes, released in November 22nd of 1996, starring Patrick Stewart and company. My goodness gracious, what a great film! A lot of great moments, a lot of great cast, great crew. All three of us here want to take this opportunity to thank all the cast and crew members who made this film possible. Because I can't speak for everybody in the known universe, but for me, this is one of my all-time favorite sci-fi action adventure films. It's my favorite overall Star Trek movie at this point. So I don't know about the other two members of my team here on the bridge of our version, anyway, of the Enterprise. But let's go around the horn here. Willow, did you have a good time tonight?
Absolutely. Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah. No, we're happy that you were with us. Ray, you are our guest of honor tonight, the man of the hour, the man with all the power. Did you enjoy yourself? And we hope you enjoyed rewatching this film again.
I enjoyed myself immensely. I thought this was a lot of fun.
Absolutely. Let's see. We also have someone.
Yes,
we're being hailed by a good friend of ours. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome of Take 3 Productions, the hit show Second Look. Matthew Kearns is here on the bridge of our Enterprise. Matt Kearns, welcome to the program. How are you tonight, good sir?
I'm doing well. How are you guys doing? This was a lot of fun, especially for me since I spent the first hour without actually watching the movie, just going along with your watch along.
Yeah,
It's
man,
like
you were
I mean,
man,
you
you didn't even
kept
have to
up
watch
pretty well.
it half
It's
the
like
time.
everybody's work day.
Yeah, I
Sure.
mean, you
Which
knew
I don't
where
know
we-
what everyone, but this is my copy.
Woo! Let's put
First
that on the big
contact.
screen. Hold on a second. Where's my solo? There it is. Put that on the screen. Look at
That's
that.
the one
That
I
is
have
the
from, I think it's the 75th anniversary of Paramount. When
wow.
they re-released all of them.
That's the
Yeah.
2-disc special
Yeah.
edition of the film.
So
That's fantastic.
that's the one I own.
Yeah, no, that's great, man. I also heard you added some new collectibles recently. Do you want to show those off to the camera and to the
Sure.
lovely viewer watching this at home?
Yeah, I'll pull
Let's
out
see
some.
here.
So this is not.
I think our new friend over here, Ray, is going to get a kick out of this. So,
So
Kearns,
this
what do you
is
got
not-
for us?
This is not a new one, but since we're talking about Next Generation, this was actually the first Star Trek collectible I ever had. My dad got me.
Woo!
Wow.
The card from
that.
this is actually from Insurrection in his
Yeah.
formula.
Oh man, that was at the wedding, right? That was the wedding.
No, this was from the beginning of. I mean, he does wear this in Nemesis as well, but this figure was from Insurrection.
Oh, okay, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So cool.
And let's see. I'll go.
Oh, look, he's bringing out the
I have a
box.
whole box. I have a whole. It's literally
He's got an eBay box.
Star Trek.
Oh, look, it
Yes,
says
Star
Star
Trek
Trek
box.
all over the box, Ray.
So we're talking First Contact. I know this
Woo!
is Ryan.
Nice.
Very interested. in
Nice.
God, I want that figure so bad, man.
Oh God. Yeah, Ryan, you're gonna find, like I did, the Playmates line. It's really great, but it also sucks for a collector because they have literally any version you can think of the characters they have. They have literally versions of Picard when he's Dixon from the holodeck episodes, like all yeah.
Watch your caboose, Deeks.
I have from the pilot episode, I have
Oh,
Admiral McCoy.
Oh, there he
wow.
is.
Oh, boy.
Admiral McCoy.
Another legend in his own right, respectively.
And then I have my favorite TNG
this?
character. I have Will Riker. This is
Woo!
from the Gloob line because it's the only Star Trek
hey.
figure of Riker without a beard.
Oh,
the
that's
other
him
ones have
without
a
a
beard.
beard.
Season
Look at
one
that.
Riker. Season 1 Riker.
That is.
And
season
then we have regular old Will
yeah,
Riker.
there's that beard.
Nice.
So those are all my Star Trek figures for right now.
Oh my
As I start to
gosh.
build out a big collection.
You're making
Hopefully.
the many of us here on the panel, as well as you who may be watching this at home, a jello of you right now. We're very jello. But my gosh. Yeah, you got that whole setup there, and Willow and I are sitting here with our Blu-ray set, and Willow's got her 1-disc original edition of First Contact from '96.
That's probably the
I have
version-
my Star Trek toys as well.
She's
That's
got
the
her Star
version that
Trek
I-
toys.
Willow, your version is probably the one I used to have to take out from the library before I got this. You surrender from the library all the time. Yep, that's the one.
God.
Do you still have the paper insert with the
Yes,
scene
yes,
selection?
I
Wait a minute, you have the paper insert? Show it to the camera, Willow. I gotta see this.
Surprisingly, that was one of the few DVDs I remember from the library that still had its paper insert
Oh,
in
wow.
it. Hmm.
Oh, there it is.
Yep.
Look at that. Look on the.
And
Does it
then
have the
it
scene
has
selections
the-
on the back? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Look at that. Isn't that amazing, Ray? All these wonderful collectibles we're being witness to tonight.
No doubt about it. No doubt
Things
about
that
it.
I miss about DVDs now.
Yeah, they don't have inserts where I can actually look up the scene selection, even though I could do that on the actual menu on my DVD player.
It's true. It really makes no sense to exist, but I still love them.
Gosh almighty. Oh man, that is great. I love the show and tell. Well, we did the show and tell version of tonight's show, but I want to go around the horn here for just. What are you doing now? Are you recording me? What are you doing back there?
It's the
Wait, a
mech.
minute, put that up on stream one more time because you ruined my cue. Hold on a
Sorry.
second. There you are.
It's the
Tricorder.
Gee whiz.
Fascinating.
Fascinating. Yeah, I'm getting a kick out of all this collection item stuff. I'm telling you.
and then I have a Lieutenant Hora doll from the.
Is that sitting on your desk?
No, I didn't grab it.
You didn't grab it. You knew what we were doing tonight, and you
She's-
messed up.
She's in my figurine cabinet.
Yeah, I was gonna say I have my Wrath of Khan, Kirk and Spock set, but they're on my shelf over there.
Yeah, and you don't feel like
Hard to get
crawling
to.
outside of
And
your
the-
man cave to be like, yo, let me go grab this real quick, man.
And my husband has like the countless ships of the Star Trek game that he loves to play. So yeah,
Look at you,
little scanner.
You know what? I gotta, Kearns. Kearns, you may understand. I think Kearns and Ray, you may understand this reference, but I gotta ask Willow a simple question, and that question is simply, where does she get all those wonderful toys?
eBay.
All over Winnipeg. Like,
all over Winnipeg.
And
All over Winnipeg.
So yeah, this set
Did you
came
get this stuff?
Came from a collectible store. The name is escaping me right now.
What?
But yeah, saw it on the shelf. It was like $75 or something like that for the phaser, the kit, and
the communicator. I remember my first trip to FAO Schwartz in New York City.
Oh, but that takes me back, Kearns. That takes me back.
They had all the Star Trek stuff there, and I'm more of an original series person than TNG. And they had the communicator, and I really, really wanted it, but it was a little expensive, so I ended up walking away that day with the reissued Mego Spock figure that they had. That was back in probably 2008. I want to say it was the year.
Interesting year, I must say. But I got to say this for you, Kearns. Even though you showed up 2.5 hours late, no, I'm kidding. We were talking.
Which is a shame. I had another stream I was doing, which is why I couldn't join.
Oh, really?
Or else I would have responded to your post and have joined in.
It's okay. Just out of curiosity, what was the other show that you had to take part in tonight?
I'm not at liberty to say, as it was a pre-recorded thing and on my friend's YouTube channel, Retro Blasting. So when he releases that, you can go and see it. I can tell you, it's about man with the hat.
Oh, it's about the world famous archaeologist known as Henry Jones Jr. All right. It's about it. We named the dog Indiana.
They named the cat Indiana.
That's right.
I don't know
Ray has
when
a
that
cat
video is
named
going to
Indiana.
come out. So, but yeah, so that's why I couldn't join in, or else I would have from the start.
It's okay, man. It's all good. Hey, listen, we're all busy. We all have other things that are going on, and especially with it being a holiday week, we spend no expense.
Oh, that's true.
That is true. But Kearns, real quick though, I want to get your thoughts on this. And what, just out of curiosity, what is your history? Let the viewer know. Tell us a little bit about yourself and your history with Star Trek. Just a little bit of history.
So my history with Star Trek, I think I'm a lot younger than you guys. I was born after.
Thank you for putting all of us.
The year after this film premiered, I was born in '97, so I saw Star Trek in 2006.
So
he's got some hand signals over there in the backstage area. But Ray, you and I will talk more about that later.
I saw Star Trek the first time in 2006. I remember it was when TV Land had gotten these syndication rights, and they were doing a marathon of the whole series. The first episode I ever saw was Trouble at Tribbles, and that was back when I had my first TV in my room, and I had no remote, so I just had to literally channel surf with the buttons. And I landed on TV Land, and the opening scene in the bar, and then the intro with space, the final frontier, and I was hooked, and I didn't leave. I didn't leave the TV the whole time. I watched that whole marathon. It was really cool. The marathon led up to, at the very end, after the last episode of season 3, they showed Wrath of Khan. So I got to watch the latter half of season 2, all of season 3, and then I got to see Wrath of Khan. It was really cool. And then I discovered there was another Star Trek show called TNG on BBC America, and I just watched that and found out there were all these movies and video games, and I've been a Star Trek fan ever since. So yeah, so I really love Star Trek, because you can love Star Trek and Star Wars.
Yes, you can. You
Yes,
can
you
like
can.
both fandoms.
And we can and the two of us can live together in one household without fighting over which one is better.
Oh, that's true. That's right. Because you and your hubby, he likes one, you like the other, so it just makes sense.
I think he likes both. In all honesty, I think
there was no infighting there when you first got married. Okay.
No,
I'm just kidding.
Although we did have the discussion of which one would be more realistic, and yes, Star Trek is definitely more realistic.
Oh, that's not fair. One is literally a space fantasy.
Yeah, what is that compared to Star Wars that came out in 1977? I don't know.
That's like saying what's more realistic, like Ford versus Ferrari or Speed Racer. Clearly, one is far more realistic than the other.
I mean, let's be honest, Kearns, you and I think a lot of us can relate to this on some certain level. The scenes in the movie Empire Strikes Back where they're on that ice planet Hoth, we get winters like that here in the state of Maryland or maybe up in New York where you're from. I'm telling you, it's brutal,
every time it snows, I just post, there's a great production photo of Harrison Ford just like sitting on like a snow stump like this with his hood up, and that's that's New York.
And then he jumps on his tauntaun, and then there's the meme where it says, "Hey, we're going to the store. You need anything?"
Yeah, you need anything?
We're going to use a tauntaun to get to the store.
Winnipeg, I think we've invented the wearing a snowsuit or buying your costume big enough for your snowsuit.
Probably so, but you know what? The discussion between Star Trek and Star Wars and the differences in the simulator, that's a discussion for a whole other show.
There's the picture I posted.
There's the meme. Is that the picture or the meme?
No, that's not the meme.
There it is.
Harrison
hey, we're going to the store, Ray. You need anything? No, I'm kidding.
Just trying to survive.
I'm sorry. I had to bring it up, Ray. I had to bring it up. But
hey, let me tell you, I've been in touch with the 501st. And I told them they've got to come to the studio and take over the Enterprise.
Oh, that would be awesome.
I feel so bad, but every time you say Ray, I just keep thinking of Ghostbusters.
Well, the new movie's out right now. And it's kind of a big deal. And by the way, Kearns, I don't know if you noticed this, but they've been re-airing the first two films on FX this whole week.
Well, I own them on Blu-ray, so I don't need to.
Okay, yeah, you cheated. But they're airing on FX, and I've caught bits and pieces of the first two, and I'm thinking to myself,
I know, I saw you say that. You need to revisit at least the first
do.
one.
I need to revisit the first two Ghostbusters because I'm kind of starting to realize that those are actually really funny movies.
Bill Murray,
I'm not a Ghostbusters fan, but you know what? I'm going to revisit the other two films, and then I'm going to go see Afterlife.
One of the funniest line deliveries in any comedy movie will forever be...
Is it the elevator scene?
Movie? No, it's from when he's interviewing librarians. Are you menstruating? What does that have to do with anything? Back off, man. I'm a scientist.
Hey, does your family have a history of mental illness or anything? My uncle thought he was St. Jerome. I'd say that's a big yes.
You know, Egon, this reminds me of the time you tried to drill a hole in your eye. That if you didn't stop me.
Yeah, that would have worked if you hadn't stopped me. Oh, by the way, Kearns, real quick fun fact for you. I was watching this on the interwebs earlier today. You'll get a kick out of this. I was watching the scene where they're in the elevator and he says, you know, it just occurred to me, we've never really done a fully successful test of this equipment. I blame myself. So do I. It's like
I'm a fan of hey, where do these stairs go? They go up.
Yeah, it's like 50,000 flights of stairs, by the way. And then he says, hey, there's no point in worrying about this now, switch me on. And then he tries to move over to the other half of the elevator, even though there's no way you can move over. He's like, let's just move it. And then he's like, hey, each one of us has an unlicensed nuclear accelerator on his back.
Must be some bug. Yeah, but your head off,
man. Someone saw a cockroach up on 12, Ray. And then when they shoot it at the housekeeper, they're like, whoa, what the hell are you doing? Hey, we're sorry. We thought you were successful test. You know what? I think we should split up. Yeah, we can do more damage that way.
Wait. I've always wanted to try this. The flowers are still standing.
Oh, that's right. And that's in the banquet ballroom scene that he's referring to. But anyway, we could go on a whole other tangent about that trilogy another time. But listen, I want to take this opportunity to thank you for watching this celebration, the 20th anniversary of Star Trek First Contact. We hope you enjoyed this. And if you haven't seen the movie yet, get on it. I think you will enjoy it. You should give this film a first look, if not a second look. But with that being said, let's go around the horn here. Matt Kearns, where can the good people of the interwebs find you online and everything you have coming up? Let them know.
You guys can find me on Twitter at Kearns_Matthew. You can also find me on YouTube at MattMovies611. That's my own main channel. But you can find me doing most of my work over on Take 3 Productions. As Ryan said, I host 3 shows over there. Second Look, which is a video essay series, which I have to be honest, after this watch-along, I'm thinking one of the episodes is probably not for this year, but probably next year will be on First Contact. I found a lot of stuff to talk about when just watching the latter half of this movie. I was like, oh, I should really do this. I also host a show called The Fandom Podcast, where me and a guest sit down, talk about one topic and all the things in that. Ryan has been on the show. He was on the first episode. We talked about Superman. I have other episodes about James Bond, Firefly, and I will probably do a Star Trek episode in the future. And my newest show is called Simple Tricks and Nonsense, where me and my buddy Abe sit down and we just talk about nonsense for an hour. So that's everything I'm doing. So go check that out, because the line must be drawn here, this far, no further.
Did you see anything? No, sir. I didn't see you playing with your dolls again. Good. Shut the door. Exit Spaceballs reference here. So, thank you very much, Kearns, for being with us. We look forward to seeing what you got coming down the pipe. And if you need me on one of those episodes of your future shows, please let any one of us know, because I'm sure any one of us would love to be on a show with you and talk some nerdy fandom stuff, because you're an awesome person. You should never apologize for being that way. And by the way, that's an awesome tacular Picard action figure you have there. But anyway, Willow Skylor, our good friend of the Great White North, she is the social media socialite. She does a million things, and she has too much time on her hands. And she's wearing a blue shirt. She's our communications officer for tonight's festivities. Willow Skylor, where can the good people of the interwebs find you online and everything you have coming down?
All over social media. I just did an episode of Cryptic Crunch yesterday, so you can, and unfortunately, due to
John B. Pica.
Technical difficulties, the episode is in two separate parts, but you can find it on Back of the Cereal Box YouTube channel and our Facebook page. Unfortunately, I just got word that JD got kidnapped by the Men in Black, so now I am down a co-host for Cryptic Crunch for the next episode of Cryptic Crunch.
Oh my!
So yeah, I'm hoping that we'll be able to find someone who's just as funny, who loves cryptid creatures as much as the rest of us. Preferably someone who is more of a believer than I am, so that I can.
So you're the Scully of this whole thing. You're the skeptic, while everyone else is the Fox Mulder of the scenario. That's okay. Listen, we wish you the best of luck with that project there, Willow. We hope you find someone to sub in for that particular episode of Cryptic Crunch, which you can find in the Back of Cereal Box Network. Hashtag support the good stuff, which all this content that we are bringing you it's the good stuff, so don't miss out on it. And especially we want to thank our guest of honor, the man, the myth, the legend, Ray Tesi. Thank you so much for being with us for tonight's episode of the Watchalong series that we do here on Nerd Culture. And also we are celebrating the 20th anniversary of Star Trek First Contact. Where can the good people of the interwebs find you online and all the wonderful things that you are doing to serve humanity?
Well, a lot of things. Just come visit our website, neutralzonestudios.com. We're all over social media. You can find us on YouTube at Tales from the Neutral Zone. A lot of things coming up, a lot of cool things coming up. So, yeah, check us out.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for being with us here, Ray. We do sincerely appreciate it. 100%. No question about it. And I was your host for tonight. My name is Ryan Permerson. You can find us on all forms of social media simply at It's Nerd Culture. New videos are being posted each and every week. Don't forget to check out my show. It's called And I Quote, which is every Saturday at 12 p.m. Eastern Time, where I bring in a content creator of all shapes and sizes that may be joining us from any and all corners of the nerd universe. We find out more about them. We have friendly conversations, find out what projects they have coming down the line. So make sure you check that out. And don't forget to do us all solid over here. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, do all that stuff. And we wish you all the best. Hope you have a great holiday week with your families, your friends, your coworkers, your loved ones. Happy Thanksgiving. And congratulations once again to everybody, the cast and crew of Star Trek First Contact. We love this film. We are very happy to celebrate it. We wish the cast and crew the best of luck moving forward, because Lord knows they got a million things coming down the pike, brother. It's going to happen. But in the meantime, stay healthy, stay strong, stay safe, and most importantly, and also one more thing before I forget, don't forget to check out our good friends over at HWWS Web TV. They got a great gamut of shows run by a great crew of people. You're not going to want to miss that. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, do all that stuff. And before I forget, this concludes this episode here at Nerd Culture, also brought to you by our good friends at HWWS Web TV. And finally, live long and prosper. Take care, everyone.
I'm GW Pomager.
I'm Dina Marie.
I'm Sage Ia.
I'm Thomas Carter Rochester.
Hey, I'm David Thompson.
Hi, I'm Kevin.
And I'm Mia.
Hi, I'm Mark.
Hey there, this is Dave Adams.
Hi, I'm Rosemary Rose.
Jerome Conner here.
Hey guys, it's Josh Bauer.
It's Willow Skylor.
I'm Cosplay Michael.
It's your boy Country.
I'm Ryan Permison.
And I'd like to ask you guys,
Please subscribe.
Please subscribe.
please subscribe.
Please subscribe.
Please subscribe.
Please subscribe.
Please
Subscribe.
Subscribe.
Please subscribe to HWWS
Web TV.
Great bunch of people.
And don't forget to smash the bell.
Ring that bell.
Smash that bell.
Hit that bell.
Hit the bell to get notified of new shows
And videos.
You're going to want to do that, so do that soon.
So we can cross that 20,000 mark.
and get us to 100,000 subscribers.
To 1 million and 10 million and 100 million.
On HWWS.
Web TV.
You really like